from King Falcon, and today we're going to be talking about the Lydian Mode. So if you ever had any questions about it, they'll get answered in just a minute. Let's dive in. Before we learn how to use it, we've got to learn how to play it. The Lydian scale is cool because it's actually pretty easy. So all we're doing is we're taking a major scale, and we're going to take the fourth note of that major scale, and we're going to bring it up 1/2 step. So let's take a look at that now. So if you watched my last video on major arpeggios, you'll know the order of chords that fall within the A major key. Lydian is a bit different though, because again, the fourth note of Lydian is a 1/2 step higher. So that in turn changes a couple of the triads in the key. So let's take a look at regular A major. So this is going to be A Ionian. A major, followed by B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, and then the funky one, G sharp diminished, and then we're back to the root. Right, so that's what we covered last time. This time, since we're talking about Lydian, a couple of those chords are different. So our 2 chord is going to change, our 4 chord is going to change, and our 7 chord is going to change. So we've got A major, that's still the same, but now our 2nd chord, not B minor, it's B major. Right, our 3rd chord is the same, C sharp minor. Our 4th chord is going to change. Now this is going to be D sharp diminished. Right? All the chords are the same up until we get to our 7 chord, where normally it would have been G sharp diminished, but now we're going to be playing G sharp minor. Right? So instead of this, we've got this. Right? So anytime we have a chord progression that has, like let's say the chord progression is A major to B major. Right, at first glance, if you're not too familiar with this sort of thing, you might think that the key is A major, when in fact it's actually A Lydian. So now I'm going to play a little bit of a vamp going between A and B, and I'm going to show you what that sounds like when you use the Lydian scale over it. So another concept that you guys might be familiar with is relative keys, particularly relative major and relative minor. So last time I think we talked about A minor being relative to C major, right? And the distance, like if you're in a minor key, right? So if we're in A minor, you can go up to the 3rd note, and that 3rd note is going to be where your relative major is. And the other way, if you're in your major key, you could just trace that back down, and you've got your relative minor. Well, the cool thing about Lydian is, now music theory guys, don't kill me, I'm using this as an example. Think about relative major and relative minor with Lydian. Your relative major is your Lydian scale and your relative minor is your Dorian scale. So the distance between the two is the same. Obviously the scales are different. Dorian has a raised 6th, it's a minor scale with a raised 6. But what that means is that, so let's say we're still in A major, A Lydian, right? So our chord progression could be, again, A major, B major, right? Well, we can use A Lydian or F sharp Dorian. Right? Whereas, so if we were in a regular A major, right? So if the chord progression was A major to B minor, right? We could use the A major scale or the F sharp minor scale. So what I'm trying to get at here is that think about the distance between your Dorian mode and your Lydian mode as being the same distance between your minor scale, your Aeolian mode, and your major scale, your Ionian mode. So let's take a look at what happens when you mix all that together. I'll play a little solo here while my dog barks in the background using those two scales. Mike Rubin from King Falcon here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned a little bit about the Lydian scale. Also, thank you so much to Matt and Tony from ESP for sending me this t-shirt. They heard I ran out of black t-shirts and they sent me a couple, and now I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, hope you guys learned something. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you tune in again because this is going to be an ongoing series where I teach you about a whole bunch of guitar stuff. And if you dig it, check out the next one. See you soon. Bye-bye.